Hey everybody, it's Bill Slocum at NC State University. I'm a lead faculty and a research associate here in the Center for Geospatial Analytics, as well as the project lead for the GIS Research Development and Technical Support Center housed here at NC State University for the Northeast region. In this introduction to the ArcGIS Online interface for the National Park Service, I'm going to go over just navigating the interface. I can't cover everything in this video, but I'm going to hit the high spots. But first of all, neither the National Park Service nor NC State University endorses or recommends any commercial products, processes, or services. This material may not be used for advertising or product endorsement purposes. This material is intended for educational purposes only. Neither the U.S. government nor NC State University warrants or accepts any legal liability or responsibility for the accuracy, completeness, or usefulness of any information, apparatus, product, or process disclosed. So navigating the ArcGIS Online interface. I'm going to talk about the menu bars that you have available and how you can use folders and filters to organize and discover your own content, and then look at your content items and folders and favorites and how groups are organized, and finally my organization. All of this available from the National Park Service ArcGIS Online for Organizations instance. Now here's the URL that you would navigate to, https://nps.maps.arcgis.com. So let's go ahead and visit that website, and I've already logged in with my National Park Service PIV card. And once I log in, you can see that this is the main interface, and up at the top you have a ribbon that you can use to click on. Here's the home site. If you look at the gallery, you'll see that here are some items that people within the National Park Service has provided for you. And over on the left, you can see that you have ways to filter this. If you just want to look for maps, you could do that here. Or more importantly, if you want to look at the applications that are shared, you can click on the apps filter as well. If you want to just start creating a web map in ArcGIS Online, there's the map menu bar, and this is the web mapping interface, and we'll look at more of that a little bit later. I'm going to go back to where I started, and again I'm logged in, and let's look at groups. Groups are ways that you can share information with other people. You can create a group and you can add certain individuals that you would like to share information with, such as web maps and web apps, and only those users would be able to use that. And we'll get to that a little bit later. Let's look at my content. Now this is all of the content that I own. I have created these feature layers, and you can see over on the left hand side I have folders. I have actually created these folders myself with the little create folder button, and then I can compartmentalize my content. So all of my content is sitting here, but I have compartmentalized the majority of that in my folders. I'm going to click on my how-to videos folder here, and I have some more filters. I don't have any categories associated with my items, but most people do, and you can use that to filter if you're in a group or something of that nature. But here under my items, I can simply click on maps if I want to see maps, and here you can see I have a base map that I've created for myself. Or if you want to look at layers, you can look at the hosted feature layers and just those, and move to the item details page if that's what you would like to do by simply clicking on one of the items. And here you see here that this is the overview of that particular item in my ArcGIS Online content. And I have a terms of use down here. It's very important that you fill this in, and if you just Google National Park Service GIS Distribution Liability Statement, this statement will come up in a web browser for you, and you can simply cut and paste that in here. You should put this for all of your items that you have for your terms of use. You can also look at the table associated with that layer, that feature layer, or a quick visualization. Where is this data spatially located? So you don't have to add it to a map every time you want to just simply look at the data and see if it's useful for your particular map. You can look at some statistics on how it's used, and you can also set some settings. Now, a very important setting that you might want to have here is to prevent this item from accidentally being deleted. That way you don't inadvertently delete something. Now, of course, it's going to ask if you want to delete it before you delete it, but this is a good practice if you want to have delete protection on there. And you can see that you would just save that. I'm not going to worry about that right now. So let's go back to my content, because that's one of the most important pieces of how you manage your layers, and you can actually upload shape files if that's what you would like to do. And you also have these service definition items here. Do not mess with these service definition items, just leave them alone. Okay, the last, well, we have a living atlas, but I want to look at my organization. And again, these are items that have been shared, and you can see that categories have been associated with those. So if I want to look at items that have an environment category associated with it, I can simply click that and find what other people in the National Park Service have shared with the National Park Service organization. Now, you'll have to understand that this was created by someone else, and you accept that liability if you use that in your application. You also have the Living Atlas. Now, these are items that can be added to your web apps, and these are items that have been vetted by Esri. Some come from Esri, some come from other authoritative sources like federal governments and state agencies, but they've been vetted by Esri and are available for your use. So that's the ArcGIS Online interface. You have items within your content, which I'm in right now. Here's my content. I've got folders where I can compartmentalize that. If I want a favorites, just like a bookmark, all you have to do is click the star and that item will be added to your favorites. Okay, that's using the ArcGIS Online interface, or navigating the ArcGIS Online interface. Again, I can't cover everything, but this will get you started. So log in with your National Park Service PIV card and start exploring this interface and understanding how it can work for you. Okay, thanks a lot, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day.